So my friend recently became
Right.
single. My friend Sasha recently became single, and she wanted to learn, like how to date again. She had been in a relationship for I think maybe like 3 or 4 years, and
3 or 4 years.
she just felt like she was kind of out of the game.
That's the average when people
The
usually
span of the
yeah,
relationship?
Yeah, 4 years.
So she's newly single, and she wanted to like brushen up on her dating. So she wanted to get a self-help book and got the book called The Rules, and she shared it with me. And this book, it's catered to women, and it's giving you all these rules that you should follow in order to get a man to commit and have a relationship.
Now, how long she's been following these rules or reading the book?
How long has it been? It's been maybe like 1 or 2 months.
Oh, it's recently.
Yeah,
Recently,
she's
okay.
only been single for a very short amount of time.
Uh-huh.
So I want to share some of these rules with you and tell me what you think.
Okay.
It might be a different
From a
perspective
man's
for
perspective,
men,
of
right?
course, of course.
So the first one, well, a few of the rules that stuck out is if a man invites you on a date, when he first calls, first off, you never give your phone number. You never approach a man. A woman shall never approach a man. So she has to wait for the man to come. Once he does approach her and you get the phone number and you exchange numbers, he must call first, or he must text or call first. And when he invites you, the first thing that he invites you to do, you have to say no and wait for the second invitation.
Regardless?
Even if you're interested. So like the first one, you say you're too busy, like, oh no, I'm sorry, like I already have something planned for that day, and wait for him to say,
Chico would
okay,
have been like, okay, forget you.
well, how about this day or this occasion? So then you pick so that they give you another suggestion, and then when you go on this date, you're supposed to end the date first. So if you're out and it's like, okay, it's getting kind of late, you're supposed to be the one that has to like end the date first, so you can keep him wanting more, keep him on his toes, right? And when you have conversations on the phone, you're also supposed to end the phone call first. So you can only last on the phone about 10 minutes and end the phone call while it's still interesting. So don't let it be like, so when it's like, it's still interesting, you have a lot of conversation going, just say like, hey, you know what, I'm really busy, I got my hands full right now and I have to go, and hang up. And you can't call back either. They have to be the ones to like call you. What else? Also, when you go to the club, a woman should never like, if she sees a crowd of men and one of the men sticks out to her, she can't like walk over,
Like trying to do the flirt.
yeah,
like,
and parade around. She has to just not
get your attention.
even make eye contact, which I think that, I mean, I think eye contact is pretty basic, but not even make eye contact, and just kind of ignore that they're there, and have the man come to you. So you can't like go out of your way. If a man really wants you, according to the book, like he will go out of his way, come to you, like be the one to approach you, plan the date. A woman can't plan the date either, has to leave that for the man to plan it. So those are some of the main rules. So what do you think about them?
I think this really caters to the persistent men out there. You know what I mean? And I get. Now, do you believe in all of this? Do you think it's like a?
I don't believe in all of them, but I feel like in a sense, I follow some of them. Like, I'm not really the one to like go out of my way to like call or text a guy. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm interested and he looks for me, I will respond and I will reciprocate, and I want to hang out, but I'm not going to be the one to like look for it.
Yeah, I understand that, and I think this is kind of based on the notion that, like you have a cake, you only give him like little pedacitos of the cake, I mean, little by little.
Oh yeah, also it says no sex before a relationship, so you can't have sex with the person.
Yeah, you know what I am afraid of, and I'm gonna tell you, there are some guys out there, which is a reasonable amount of guys out there, who like this type of challenging things, but they just like it because of the challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as soon as
the challenge
is
but
over,
I mean,
they
in the
lose
same
interest.
way, like if you had sex
No,
and
of
you
course,
did it right
and you
away,
give it up,
then
yeah. But I think it's all about connection. I think a guy, depending on the age and how mature he is, he can see past a lot of these things. Now, of course, like if you meet in the same day and you have sex the same day, it's kind of like you're rushing things too much, and there's almost nothing else to explore. Might be the case for it might not be the case for a lot of guys, but I think for most it does apply. Now, the eye contact thing, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, What was some of the other things?
Another one, you also can't, like, when you accept a date, you can't accept a date.
The first time, that thing sounds ridiculous to me. It would not encourage me.
Right, exactly. Especially the first time, because you'd feel like, well, okay, she's not interested.
Exactly. That's the way I am. I don't like playing little games. You see, I appreciate more honesty and like straight up. I'm interested in you, and I'm gonna show interest. You know what I mean? And of course, if you don't know me that well, you're not gonna be doing a lot of these things. Like you're not gonna have sex with me. You know what I mean? And because you want to take your time to get to know me. But it's important that you show interest, I think. And what I wanted to get to in terms of like gonna attract these guys who like the challenge, and a lot of these guys might just lie to you and tell you they want to be with you just so that they can get in your pants if you're not already, if you're not giving it to them. Know that you shouldn't have sex with somebody before a relationship, but I don't see necessarily as something wrong if you've been dating somebody for a while and you have sex with them, and you after that you can decide to be in a relationship.
I don't think that there's anything like necessarily anything wrong, like considering like the dynamics and how how well you know this person. I mean, or you may not even need to know him very well, but I do feel that sex complicates things a lot and it sets different expectations, and maybe more so in women. I feel men can kind of like they don't get they can just,
it's just sex.
Exactly, it's just sex, and they can make that they can distinguish between that, and I feel like women get attached with sex.
No, definitely, and you definitely got to be aware of these things. I mean, for most women, when they have sex, they if they have sex more than once, they can get attached. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to be aware of this. Like we said in the other thing we're talking about, you need to be realistic. If that's for all my girls that want to have booty calls and they can't have booty calls. You know what I mean? Like,
someone always ends up
attached.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just gotta know, just gotta be realistic with yourself and know what's up.
Yeah.
But just one more thing I wanted to say with these guys that like challenge, man. Like, they might just wanna speed game to you. All they're gonna do in order to get you is just speed game to you and lie to you, like trying to present themselves as somebody they're not, and once they get that, you start realizing who they are, and your whole all the effort that you put in following these rules are gonna go out the window. So I don't know, I would say keep it real, man.
Yeah.
I think most good guys appreciate. Not that I'm calling myself a good guy.
Tooting your own horn.
I would say that I'm in the process of being a good. I'm a good guy for the most part, but there's things.
A work in
there's
progress.
Obviously things that I could.
As long as I feel like as long as you have good intentions and you have accountability for what you do, and you try to not fuck anyone over on purpose.
Exactly, consciously. So.
Yeah. Another one that's on here, and I want to hear your response on it, is that women should never like pay for the bill or pay even half of it. So how do you feel about that? Like, do you always pay for the lady that you're?
I think that in the beginning, a man should always pay. I'm a little bit careful because there's some women that get offended by it, and I think that's wrong.
I think that's wrong too.
I think that's wrong. I mean, you shouldn't get offended if I'm trying to, I don't know, like be a caballero, be a gentleman. But sometimes I heard, I feel like the girl, no, come on, real, like really, let me split it with you. That'll be okay. You want to split it, cool. Like, it's all good. Like, I don't want to, I don't want to impose to, like, what I want to do. You know what I mean? Now, I feel like, yes, in the beginning, let's say, like, to be specific, the first 3 months, a guy should pay. After the first 3 months, even it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not, like, you should still pay for most of the time. But she should pay for it sometimes. She should pay for the meal sometimes, and you guys to split it most of the time if possible.
Yeah. I think a man should pay too in the beginning, but I feel like you're kind of like expected to say, "Oh, well, do you want to split it?" But in the back of my head, I'm like, "No, like you need to pay." Like, especially if you're like trying to impress me initially.
Yeah, but just don't backpedal. You know what I mean? If you offer it like.
But you shouldn't take me up on it.
No, so come on now. If you're gonna be like, no,
I don't do all that.
So
I kind of like act like I'm gonna get my wallet.
Okay, so guys watching out there, I want at least one of you to be trying.
So pretend like I'm conscious of it,
To call her on her bullshit.
But I think they should pay, right? And I'm not.
It is.
Like,
it's true.
You know how you're saying some women get offended by it.
Yeah, but you cannot make him pay either. So I think that's for you to, bring out your little notebook of points and negative points. He did not pay. Major minus 10 points.
I know.